Hello, my friends on YouTube. Today is Sunday, the 1st of December 2024. Today's video for adults only. We're talking about the Prophet of Allah and Islam. So this is for grown up only. Okay. Uh, Today's video is similar to another video that I made before. The one I did before, it was called the Prophet of Pedophilia, or Pedophilia Prophet. Today's video is actually a Necrophilia Prophet. And this word, I have to define the word before starting because it's not really a very well-known word to many people because pedophilia, you have a segment of people who are attracted to children. Necrophilia is a person, man or woman, is attracted to a dead person, to a dead body. And these are very few people who are interested in that. So the Prophet of Allah, may the blessing of Allah be upon him, he took the wife of his uncle, the uncle who took care of him when he was a young boy and protected him after his parents died. His name was Abdul Muttalib. He really protected him. And they are living in a very hot climate. People in that area normally, while you are in your own home, you actually walk around your home naked or very little clothes. And the reason is very clear. I mean, it is hot, there was no air condition, and there was no underwear back then. It was the garment that you put on top, and that's it basically. So the Prophet of Allah, when he was a young boy and his father died, supposedly the man was called, his father died before his birth, and then his mother died when he was 6 years old. He was actually given here and there to people to take care of him. One of these people is his uncle Abdul Muttalib, the brother of his grandfather. And the brother of his grandfather was a married man to a woman called, her name was Fatima bint Asad or Osad. Anyway, the name is not very important, but the wife of his uncle. He was a young boy and his uncle was a grown-up man. I don't know exactly how old he was when he took him in, but the Prophet of Allah should also appreciate his uncle for doing that, because there is no obligation that it says my uncle has to take responsibility for my life. Even though if my father died, no one can actually put that burden on him unless he was a good man, and he did that out of the goodness of his heart. And imagine that his wife, she sees this small boy since he was little, and probably she looked at him as one of, like, her own child. So in front of, as family, everybody can walk around naked because it's hot. So he may have seen her naked, but he cannot do anything because if he does that, his uncle will kick him out of the house. His father died, his mother died, he has nobody. He will be a fair game out there. So he waited. He didn't do any stupid stuff back then. But later on, when he gained influence and he has money and everything, that woman, Fatima, died. So he felt obligated. I understand, if you feel obligated towards a woman who took care of you when you were a small boy, I understand. And you feel even obligated to pay for her funeral and take care of everything, I understand. But what happened was a little bit, not a little bit, but it's very much out of the ordinary. What happened that he and his followers, plus a black boy, and I would like to stop here for a moment. A side note, a black boy, they don't give you his name. A black boy helped with his followers to dig a grave. Why they don't mention the name of the boy? It's just a boy, a black boy. Remember here in the United States of America until the Civil War, when after the black gained their freedom, before that, a black man was called a boy. The African American here in the United States are very sensitive. If you call even a small boy, if you call him a boy, you're a boy, or boy, come here boy, or something like that, they get offended. And the reason is they remember when they were slaves, they were not called by their names, they were called boy. And that discrimination existed in the mind and the heart of the people of Arabia back then. There are also other hadith that it tells you that a black person was really of a lower caste of society. You don't, therefore you just call him a boy. I'm putting this on the side because the black or the African Americans in America they see that as a fashion to follow Islam, whether Muhammad's Islam or Louis Farrakhan Islam, or somebody like Muhammad Ali Clay, the boxer, the famous boxer. I mean, he has my respect for his accomplishment, but whatever religion you were before, you left it for that. You think because it grants you freedom and it grants you dignity. No, you are a boy. You are a boy. You are a slave. Okay? That's beside the point, so that they should think. They should think what they are doing. Anyway, the woman, her name is Fatima bint Asad or Asad, either way, it doesn't matter the name. That woman is his uncle's wife. She died and they dug the grave for her. After they dug the grave, I mean, thank you very much that you are taking care of your uncle's wife, the man who took care of you and the woman who took care of you as their own son and protected you, and you are paying them back. Hey, I raise up my hat for you. Thank you very much. You are really a good individual, good person. But after they dug the grave, something strange happened, which was the Prophet of Allah went down to the grave to this woman. She's dead. He took off his shirt, and there was no underwear back then. Many countries actually in the past did not know of the underwear. So you had just whatever you had on top, and that's it. You take it off, you are naked. So he took off his shirt and he put it on her. And you know what? until now, you could say, yeah, he has some feeling. He's just offering his own clothes to be with her or whatever. He feels like she's like his mother. Fine. The thing is, he put that shirt on her. I mean, in the Islamic tradition, when a person is dead, here in the West, if it's a man, you put him a decent suit, or if it's a woman, you put a decent dress. But in Islam, you bury the person naked. You wrap him up in a white cloth and you put him down, not in a casket, nothing. You put him in the dirt, him or her in the dirt, with wrapped in this cloth. It's like a sheet, bed sheet. And that's it. So he opened that bed sheet and he put his shirt on her. But he doesn't close the sheet again. He lays down next to her in the grave. And even if this out of emotional situation, because she took care of him, and he just lays down for a second or two, and then he leaves, maybe because he feels like she is his second mother or something to that effect. But he stayed a while. And if you read how the hadith is narrated, it tells you something wrong. And the Muslim leaders, they come out in videos and asking questions, and they try to hide it and say there is nothing wrong with that. The more they are trying to defend, the more it feels they know something wrong. And the problem is, I looked for this hadith in English. Normally hadith is found in Arabic and English, but some hadith that it's so shameful, they hide it and they don't translate it. I found the person who translated, probably he was looking for the hadith for a long time, he couldn't find it in English, so he translated himself into English, and I'm going to put his translation, and I'm going to put the Arabic version in case if you know Arabic. It says that he stayed with her for a while, and when he came out, the second caliph was there, his name is Omar. He told him, Prophet of Allah, we saw you doing something that you never done with any other person before. Why is that? And the answer was, because he wants God to dress her of heaven's clothing, and he wants to make the grave wide for her to lay down comfortable. Okay, I mean, you could dig some more if you're really that concerned. You could take some dirt out, but again, when you bury the person, you actually put dirt on top of him, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so you dressed her with your shirt. Okay, if you believe that this will help her in heaven and she will be dressed with heavenly clothing because what you did, fine, that's okay. Why you stay with her for a while? And they don't say how long. But they say after he came out, Omar was wondering, why did he do that with the woman? What is it that he did with the woman that was so strange that they didn't see him doing that before? I mean, they saw him when the Muslim woman was dressed in Islamic attire, passed by him, and he got excited and he went inside his house with Zainab bint Jahsh, his wife that used to be before his adopted son's wife. He asked her to take care of his things, and he relaxed there, and then he went back to his followers. They saw him doing that, and maybe this was a bit okay, and they saw him, or he told them also that he used to see, there's hadith about that, he used to see Aisha. He married Aisha, the young bride, at the age of 6, but he used to dream of her. And I'm sure these were sexual dreams. He used to see her in his dreams before 6. That's why he was determined to marry her. So he married her at 6, and there's hadith that it says he used to see her in his dream, and the Allah told him to marry her. So he married her at 6, and he consummated the marriage at 9. So this is a behavior of a very strange behavior. To see a woman passing by, you need to get yourself going with your wife, and then you go out to your friends. I mean, imagine if you have a friend is doing that, you'll tell him, I don't want to see your face again. But anyway, he saw the wife of his adopted son at home naked, and we said there, because it's hot, people stay naked in their home, or they put very little clothes. He saw her like that. He commanded his adopted son to divorce her, and he had to put his mark on her. Okay, many people do that. Many people, actually, quite a bit of people, they are attracted to children. Pedophilia is, I don't know the percentage, but there is quite a few people are attracted to kids, to children. But necrophilia, it's something beyond. This person is dead. And actually there are women also, men and women are attracted to dead body. It's not just for men. And, okay, I'm not a prophet, I'm not a messenger, I'm nobody. And I think it's beyond my comprehension, even if the most beautiful woman on earth, a beauty queen, died, and only me and her in the room. I don't think, even if I'm not married, I don't think I will have even the slightest imagination in my mind to look at her naked. She's dead. Even if I'm not married and let's say I'm early 20, young person, I don't think a person with any conscience would do that. And now you have the people, Islamic leaders, on video, on YouTube, and also sending questions, asking what happened. And as usual, the religious leaders are defending, like, they know something is wrong. You see, if somebody come and tells me you are a pedophilic person, or you are a necrophilic person, I may not even answer him. I may say, okay, if you think so, and that's it. But if I fight like hell to defend myself, it means something wrong there. And that's why I decided to make this video, because the Islamic leaders are fighting tooth and nail to defend somebody whom have been known to have desire towards a 6. Before she was 6, he must have had sexual imagination in his dreams about this young girl. And what does 6 years old, before 6? I mean, if you have a child before 6, sometimes they have boogers coming down from their nose, and they don't know how to clean it until their mommy or daddy cleans it for them. There's nothing sexual about this at all. But when you have a crazy person cannot control himself like this, something wrong. And to defend him, this is my problem. You see, he's gone, he's dead. But the people who are trying to justify and defend what he had done, This is my problem. The people who cannot see through these lines that this person was really an evil person, plain and simple. Something wrong with you. It's either you are blind, brainwashed, or you have the same characteristics as this person. You have that desire for pedophilia, you have the desire for necrophilia, something wrong with you. I'm not saying that to kind of like be harsh on you, but there's something wrong there. And if you don't see it, I'm sorry, something wrong with you too. Okay, this is a sensitive issue, and I hope I don't get a strike. Please share this video, comment, like, do whatever you can so that we can also gain membership. Thank you very much, and have a good day.